The history of air combat is a story of rivalries. It is a tale of titans clashing high above the clouds. Think of the Spitfire versus the Messerschmitt Bf-109. They battled for supremacy over the skies of Britain. Consider the F-4 Phantom against the MiG-21 over Vietnam. Each machine represented a nation's best technology. Each pilot was a modern-day knight. These duels were not just about winning a single fight, they were about defining an entire era of military power. The winner would control the air, and controlling the air often meant winning the war on the ground below. The stakes could not be higher. Today, a new rivalry is taking shape. It is a contest for the modern age. This battle is not just about speed or maneuverability, it is a war of information. On one side stands the American F-35 Lightning II. It is the most expensive and technologically advanced weapon system in history. On the other side is the Swedish Saab Gripen. It is a smaller, smarter, and more agile fighter. The F-35 Lightning II is a symbol of American air power. It is a fifth-generation fighter jet. This means it has advanced features. The most important feature is stealth. Stealth technology makes the F-35 very hard to detect on enemy radar. It is like a ghost in the sky. It can fly into dangerous areas without the enemy even knowing it is there. This gives its pilot a massive advantage. The F-35 can see its enemies long before they can see it. It can strike first and disappear without a trace. This capability was designed to make it the undisputed king of the skies. But the F-35 is more than just a stealth fighter. It is a flying information hub. It has incredibly powerful sensors. These sensors collect a huge amount of data from the battlefield. The jet's computers process this data. The F-35 program is the most expensive military project in history. Each jet costs a fortune to build, but the real cost is in maintaining it. This high cost means that even wealthy nations can only afford a limited number of them. The F-35 is a king, but it wears a very heavy and expensive crown. The Saab Gripen is a different kind of fighter. It comes from Sweden, a country with a history of smart military thinking. The Gripen was designed to be lean, efficient, and deadly. It is smaller than the F-35. It can take off and land on short, damaged runways. It can even operate from ordinary highways. A small team of technicians can refuel and rearm a Gripen in just a few minutes. The Gripen is also known for its low operational cost. The latest version, the Gripen E, is a major upgrade. It features a large, wide-area display in the cockpit, giving the pilot incredible situational awareness. The Gripen E was designed to be a smart fighter. It was this focus on electronic combat and information warfare that would soon give the Gripen a shocking and decisive advantage. The Gripen's new advantage is not a bigger missile or a faster engine. Saab engineers working with leading defense electronics companies developed a revolutionary electronic warfare suite. This system, integrated deep into the Gripen E's core, is called the Arexis. It is a digital phantom. It is a weapon that fights with information. It uses incredibly fast processors and sophisticated gallium nitride transmitters. Instead of just jamming the signal, the Arexis suite can create false targets. It can make one Gripen look like a dozen. This is a direct attack on the F-35's greatest strength. The F-35 was built on a foundation of information superiority. Suddenly, the F-35's greatest strength became a potential weakness. Is that blip on the radar a real threat, or is it a digital ghost created by a Gripen? This doubt is a powerful weapon. It forces the F-35 pilot to hesitate. This problem creates a tactical nightmare for F-35 squadrons, but using their radar more makes them less stealthy. The F-35 is forced to choose between being stealthy and being certain. The Gripen can actually achieve a mission kill without ever firing a shot. In a major NATO exercise held in 2025 over the Baltic Sea, the new Gripen E was set to face the F-35 in a large-scale simulated combat scenario. For the pilots, it was more than an exercise. It was a matter of pride. The F-35 pilots were confident. Their training and technology had always given them the edge. The scenario began. A blue force of F-35's was tasked with a deep strike mission. The F-35's flew in loose formation, relying on their stealth and networked sensors. As they crossed the simulated border, their displays suddenly came alive. Dozens of hostile contacts appeared out of nowhere. The calm, orderly picture of the battlespace dissolved into chaos. The Gripen E pilots were playing a different game. They were using their Arexis EW systems to their full potential. The F-35 pilots were overwhelmed. They tried to sort the real targets from the fakes. While they were distracted, the real Gripens moved into position. The results of the simulation were shocking. The F-35’s, confused and unable to build a reliable targeting picture, suffered simulated losses. They turned the electronic battlefield into a hall of mirrors, and the F-35’s got lost inside it. The underdog had won. Comparing the F-35 and the Gripen E in 2025 is like comparing a heavyweight boxer to a master of martial arts. The F-35 has the raw power. Its key advantage remains its very low observable, or stealth design. The Gripen E, on the other hand, is all about technique and efficiency. Its hourly flight cost is estimated to be under $10,000, while the F-35A's is still over $35,000. The United States and its closest allies like the UK, Japan and Australia have invested heavily in the F-35. However, other nations are choosing the Gripen. Brazil selected the Gripen E for its Air Force. The data from recent exercises confirms the new reality. The giant now has an Achilles heel. The success of the Gripen E's strategy sends a powerful message to air forces around the world. The Gripen's performance has shattered this single-track thinking. Nations in Asia, South America, and Eastern Europe can now consider a different path. Instead of buying a small number of very expensive F-35's, they can purchase a larger fleet of Gripens. The United States and its allies must now react. The F-35 program will need to adapt. This will lead to a new kind of arms race. It will be a silent, invisible war fought in the electromagnetic spectrum. This rivalry also changes the export market. Countries now have a real choice. This competition is good for the customer. The balance of power in the global fighter market has shifted. We are witnessing a fundamental shift in the principles of air combat. The era of stealth's absolute dominance may be coming to an end. The Gripen E has demonstrated that a clever, networked electronic warfare system can effectively counter a stealth aircraft. It has shown that controlling the flow of information can be just as important as hiding from radar waves. The rivalry between the F-35 and the Gripen is more than just a competition between two machines. It is a battle of ideas. It is a classic David and Goliath story, retold with microchips and radio waves instead of stones and slings. This new reality forces a re-evaluation of future air power. Military planners can no longer assume that their most advanced fighters are invincible. The future of air combat will be defined by this struggle between seeing and not being seen, between knowing and being deceived. The sky has not fallen for the F-35. It remains an incredibly capable and powerful fighter jet, but the mystique of its invincibility has been broken. The Gripen, with its bold move into advanced electronic warfare, has proven that there is always a counter. A new and more complex chapter in the history of aerial warfare has begun. The sky is once again a place of uncertainty, where the clever can outwit the strong.